Just when I thought skeletons couldn't get any spookier or scarier. What's going on, guys? It's Aurora YGO here, coming at you with finally another video. I know, I'm sorry, I have a shit upload schedule, but nothing new's been coming out to talk about. It's all been revealed like 10 months ago. But anyways, I was looking at my phone browsing through Twitter, and then suddenly I got a recommended tweet saying that the new Ghostrick cards came out. Why did nobody tell me this? I love Ghostricks. I had a stream with them and everything. But no, I haven't looked at them officially. I know the first one's called Ghostrick Siren, and I know they have a link, a new spell, and a new trap. I don't know if they got anything other than that. If they did, that'd be great. They need new stuff, but I'm very excited, especially because they got a link monster. I wanted Ghostrick to get a link monster of their own instead of having to use Wee Witch for so long, so let's go ahead and get right into this. So, YGO organization, our beautiful best friend, has told us it's time to spook and scare 2021 style. It's almost Spooktober, guys. Just ignore September's existence. Alright, so the first card we have is Ghostrick Siren, which is a level 4 Dark Fairy effect monster with 800 attack and 1500 defense. Kind of mediocre stats for level 4, not gonna lie. Can't be normal summoned unless you control a Ghostrick, like most of them. If it was normal summoned or flip face up, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then if there was a Ghostrick card among them, you can apply one of these effects. Add one Ghostrick spell or trap from your deck to your hand, or change an effect monster your opponent controls to face down defense position. And then once per turn, you can change it face down. You know, actually, that's not terrible, though I am admittedly confused as to why you have to mill. Like, it'd be, like, I don't know, I feel like it'd just be better if it was basically a guru, where if you flip it, then you can change something else face down, or you can do something else, you know? I don't understand the whole point of having to mill things, unless the link monster has something to do with the graveyard, so I don't know much about that, but I do know it is nice to have an alternative method of searching your back row instead of having to go into an Angel of Mischief, because until now, she was the only way you could search the back row, so that's actually kind of exciting. And then also the Guru effect is pretty nice. Admittedly, it's not as good as like Ghostrick Scare, but it is a nice backup option now, because once you run out of your Ghostrick Scares, you're kind of fucked as a Ghostrick player, honestly. So that's really nice. I do wish she was a bit thicker. I mean, she's a level 4. You'd think she'd have more than 1500 defense, but I mean, what can you do? I like her artwork, though. Very pretty. So next up, we have Ghostrick Festival, which I think should have probably been a field spell. Is the new thing a field spell? No, it's not. It is a Link 1 Dark Link spellcaster with 0 attack and a bottom arrow. Okay. It requires a non-link Ghostrick monster. You can also use a face-down Ghostrick you control as material to summon this? Really? That's actually really, really cool. Okay. Because the thing is, it's very hard to get face-up Ghostrick bodies without flipping them face-up, because you can't normal summon them unless you control another Ghostrick monster. Unfortunately, they don't say Ghostrick card, so it's not like you can just activate a field spell and normal summon them. So I really like that they did that, and it's not like overpowered or anything to be able to do that. It's just like kind of a crutch almost. So I'm glad it actually does that. And then you can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. The first effect, your Ghostrick monsters can attack directly while there is a Ghostrick card in the field zone. That's really cool, actually, because that way you can not have to rely all the time on having Parade or having all your opponent's stuff face down, because like the thing is, like having Museum, right? I'm pretty sure it's Museum that's the one that everything inflicted by things that aren't Ghostricks is halved. Like that's like your main way of dealing damage, like with Ghostrick Stein and stuff. And if you guys don't play Ghostricks or know what Ghostricks do, you probably are super fucking confused right now. They're basically a flip archetype, but they don't like saying flip. So, like without that field spell and having all your opponent's stuff face down to attack directly, there's no real good way to do damage, because like your Xyz monsters aren't that thick aside from like Ghostrick Angel of Mischief. So being able to attack directly while your opponent has like a link monster or something is really cool, actually. It'll make Ghostrick Stein FTK, or not FTK, OTK a lot more reliable. So that's really nice, because like I've been saying they kind of need to be able to flip link monsters face down, otherwise link monsters completely defeat their entire strategy, so that's really cool. And then when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can tribute this card to special a Ghostrick from your deck in face-down defense. That's pretty good, actually. Very solid, fits in with the theme of Ghostricks. You know, when your opponent attacks, do X thing, usually summon a Ghostrick from somewhere. So that's really cool, actually. It gives you more access to your doll. Doll, obviously, being, like, the most broken one. You know, when she's flipped up during the end phase, flip everything face down and summon another Ghostrick from your deck with a level less than or equal to the number of flip monsters. So, you know, that's really cool. Or you can get, like, Yang-Shi or whatever to search your other guys. So, that's really nice, actually. I really like this Link monster. I like the idea that you can use your face-down monsters as material. The bottom area is really nice. That way you can still go into other Links. And you finally don't have to go into, like, a Wii Witch or something if you want down-pointing arrows. That's so nice. And I'm glad it's, like, really generic, too. Just a non-Link Ghostrick, but it's not, like, fucking... You can't use this in another deck, basically. I love Link 1s that can't be used in decks outside of an archetype. Because we have a Link 1 problem, honestly, in Yu-Gi-Oh! But I feel like this is good card design. This right here. It reminds me of, like, a better version of the Abyss Actor, like, Hyper Director or whatever. So, I'm very happy with this card. I don't know why it's called Ghostrick Festival, though. That should be, like, the name of a field spell. I like that artwork, though. That is very, very pretty. And honestly, it probably has Ghostrick Fairy in the background somewhere, now that I think about it, because it's a newer card. That's really cool. Let's go ahead and get onto the back row. I'm honestly really satisfied with the monsters. Ghostrick Shot. Okay. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. So special summon a Ghostrick from your hand or graveyard. Then you... Okay, that's why it's special from grave. That's why the first one mills. Then you can change a face-down Ghostrick you control to face-up attack position. Okay, so it's like an instant Xyz monster. And then you can banish this card from the graveyard, then target a Ghostrick Xyz you control, attach a Ghostrick card from your grave to it as material. Alright, so... this card is definitely why Siren likes to mill, I guess. That's really cool, actually, being able to attach extra materials to something like an Angel. It kind of pushes towards the win condition. If you guys don't know, Angel of Mischief says if it hits 10 materials, you win, but, like, it literally almost never happens. So that's really funny. I wish we got more protection cards other than Ghostrick Vanish, but, so that's really nice to be able to attach more materials, but I really like the Monster Reborn effect because until now, the only way to Monster Reborn your Ghostricks outside of actual Monster Reborn was Ghostrick Fairy, who targets a Ghostrick card in your grave when she's flipped and sets it back face down. That was also your only way of recycling Scare, and I think it is still the only way of recycling Scare, so that's really nice. Honestly, overall, very solid card. Like, also being able to flip your guys face up, that's really cool because especially... Like, one of the cool things, right? You can set a Ghostrick from your hand, like Doll, activate this, special something else, and then flip your Doll face up. And now, not only do you have monsters available for an Xyz summon or a Link summon, you can also get the effect of the monster you just set, like the Doll. So that's really, really good for a slower archetype like this. Like, I think one of the biggest problems with Ghostrick is that they've been power crept because they're slow. Like, it's like, so you know Shadolls, like, sometimes you utilize their flip effects, but mainly you're just using their secondary effects? Well, Ghostricks don't really have that. Like, they're really just a flip archetype, just slightly faster, considering, you know, they actually don't say flip, they say if this card's flip face up, and then they also like to stall with their guys that say, if your opponent attacks, usually directly, send this card from hand to grave, special this card from hand, etc., etc. Overall, very solid, nice Monster Reborn. And then, Ghost Trick or Treat. I really like that. That is a really cool artwork, too. It's a normal trap card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. If you control a Ghostrick Link monster or field spell. Okay, so the Link monster technically is a field spell. Okay, that's really funny. I'm glad this doesn't just work with the Link monster, though. I hate, like... Oh my god, have you guys seen the Nordic support that came out? But, like, the main deck guy only works with the Link monster. He's like, if you could summon a Nordic Link monster, it's like, why? There's one Link monster. So I'm glad this doesn't just work with the Link Monster. Target a face-up monster your opponent controls. Your opponent can pay 2,000 life points to make this effect become set this card face down instead of sending it to the graveyard. Otherwise, this turn, that target cannot attack, its effects are negated. Also, it is changed to face down defense position during the end phase. Holy shit, what? That's so cool. Okay, so basically, it's an imperm that your opponent can negate by, like, forcibly paying life points, but even then, it just gets set back face down. That is crazy, dude. Especially considering that not only do you have Angel of Mischief here to search this card, you also can search it off of Siren. Holy shit, finally! Like, another thing with Ghostrick, right, is like, their win conditions consisted of Ghostrick Stein OTK, where you take Ghostrick Stein as like their biggest attack main deck guy, 1600 attack, right? He, I think he searches... Oh yeah, he also searches a back row. If he does damage, he searches a back row. But like, you combine him with like Ghostrick Ghoul, that says target a Ghostrick, it gains the attack of all face-up Ghostricks. It was those two. Or it was Ghostrick Skeleton, OTK, FT, whatever, where every time Ghostrick Skeletons flip face up, banished cards from the top of your opponent's deck face down up to the number of face-up Ghostrick cards you control, so you could do up to, like, 6, right? And so you just, like, Skeleton Mill. Those are the two win cons, and, like, they couldn't do anything but stall until they got to those win cons, and the only things they had to stall were, like, Drowning and Storming Mirror Forces, Battle Fader, they're level 1 guys that you discard to negate attacks and everything, stuff like that, Ghostrick Scare, you know, like, stuff that doesn't really do too much, but, like, in mass, you know, maybe it can do something, but, like, other than that, it wasn't very good. And so now, you have an even better card for stalling, because either you're gonna imperm something, or, like, Fiendish Chain it more accurately, and then flip it face down if it's not a Link Monster during the end phase, which means, like, they can't fucking use it, like, at all, and you can attack them directly if you have one of your field spells up, or they're gonna have to pay 2,000 life points, which is literally just paying for a Dragoon without getting the Dragoon, because this card just gets set back face down for use next turn. I really, really like this. They now have, like, a searchable, like, stall card that isn't a monster, and it synergizes with the archetype. And having to control a Link Monster or a field spell doesn't matter in the slightest. Like, again, their new Link 1, you can use a face down even to use it, and then the entire deck kind of revolves around having the field spells, right? And so, very easy condition, very cool alternate method of harming your opponent, making them pay 2k, and it's, like I said, it's basically just a Fiendish Chain. Like, that's really, really cool. Also, I really like the artwork. Very pretty. I like the artwork of all these cards, actually. I really like Festival, though. Festival is gorgeous. Very, very nice. So we got a Mill card and a Searcher that's also technically a Guru. We have a Link 1 that can use face-down monsters as material for it, that allows direct attacking, and when your opponent declares an attack, you tribute it to special something from your deck for free, which can go into another one of these, by the way. We have a Monster Reborn that is also a Shaddoll... What's the name of the normal Shaddoll trap card that you use to flip Nail Shaddoll Aerial face up? I don't know. I haven't played Shaddoll in forever. But we have basically one of those now that also attaches material to things in a deck with a win condition that says if something hits 10 material. And, a Fiendish Chain / Imperm that also flips something face down. That can also make your opponent pay 2k to temporarily stop it. I am very satisfied with this. It's not flipping Link Monsters face down, granted, that's what I did want, that's what I said I wanted on my stream, but honestly, I am perfectly satisfied with this. Ghostrick needed more love, and Konami said, here you go. And so I'm happy with this, I'm very happy. What do you guys think of it, though? If you guys do know what Ghostrick does, or if you do enjoy playing Ghostrick like me, it's one of my guilty pleasure decks. I really enjoy playing Ghostrick so much. What do you guys think of it? Even, like, from an outsider standpoint. Do you think it's kind of broken? Do you think it's just right? Do you think it's not enough? You know, whatever. I just realized there's Ghostrick Skeleton up in here. I love this card. But yeah, again, tell me what you think about these cards, because that's going to do it for the video. If you liked it, please try to hit the like button, as well as put this video and the channel into the YouTube recommended. And if you really like this content and you want to see more like it, like the rest of my card reviews, which is kind of becoming the new series my channel is known for, perhaps consider subscribing, because we're on our way to 1,000 subscribers by next May. But once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Aurora, signing off.